Hello and welcome to Alcohol You Later, or what my sister likes to call the effect of taking too many headers in our youth.
Damn, that's a good one.
Good. Like it.
Alcohol You Later is a lively discussion about wine and spirits. I'm your host, Bobby Hougham, and I'm here with Elyas Beria.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
And Chris Price.
Speaking of headers, I have a soft spot still in the back of my skull. Don't ever push on it, please.
Today we're going to discuss the Eden Mill St. Andrews Oak Barrel Finished Gin. We're also going to try the 40-ounce Rosé Vin de France 2018 and the Domaine de Ladille Mondeuse 2016.
You just said Mondeuse. You're about to get Mondeuse.
Bobby just said my deuce.
Mondeuse. Oh, thanks for listening in. It was good to know you.
Have you seen my deuce? Anyway, I misplaced my deuce.
We're drinking the Domaine de Ladille.
Is it Eel Deal?
Mondeuse.
Ladille.
Dude, I don't know how to say this. Elyas,
Is it an L or an I?
I gotta look it up.
All right.
It's
today, while you're looking
Ladille.
it up, today is another in a long sequence of COVID-19 episodes, and who knows, by the time this airs, maybe we will all be hugging each other again. But right now, today, we are still on the social distancing and shelter-in-place protocol. We are each recording from our own homes using video conferencing to see each other, and we have sent each other samples of the different bottles that we're going to talk about. Please help us get it right. Send us feedback on our Facebook or Instagram at AYL the podcast, where there's an email link in our website at alcoholu.com. I'm not really an outgoing individual, but right now I so want to go to a bar and hug everyone.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, actually. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but being locked up for a bit, I decided to start to grow my facial hair out. And I'm going to grow it out for 60 full days. My survival mountain man look.
Nice.
It'll be interesting.
You'll kind of
to
fit
see
in with everybody else out there. I feel like we're kind of in this weird post-apocalyptic Act 1 sort of thing happening. Like the streets are empty. Mm-hmm. People are walking around. People are baking bread. It's like we're reverting to primal living, it feels like.
Yeah, we're all devolving into basic hunter and gatherer type groups here. People are definitely scrounging around and making do with what they can.
Yep.
I'll tell you, the fancy grocery store, they were out of one of my favorite wines, and I didn't know what to do, so I just had to order up something else that was equally fancy. Let me tell you, we're suffering. We're
it's
suffering
getting hard
out here.
Yeah, I hear your wife is making a lot of bread.
Definitely
With special yeast.
You can call it bread.
Yeah. It's a bread-like substance.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little chewy.
Well, you got to make. I mean, it is getting. I heard this crazy story about how crazy it is getting out there.
Oh yeah,
with people like literally they're devolving into hunter and gatherer type behaviors. I was talking to my friend. I don't know. I haven't gotten permission to use his name.
Okay, call him George. I like George.
That's such a... You're so
Careful.
racist. Why do you assume... I'm going to call him Enrique Jorge Velasquez Hernan. That's
I love
that.
Enrique.
I'm not going to, but you go
Jorge
ahead.
Velasquez Hernan.
So I was
He's one of my
talking
favorite
to
people.
Enrique Jorge Velasquez Hernan, and he was talking to his some guy. They were standing, 8 feet apart, and he lives in Pioneer Square, which, if you're familiar with Seattle, just try not to go
the
there.
old part of the city. Well, no, it's not that bad. Come on, dude.
It gets crazy. There
are
are
stabbings occasionally.
There are just some
Where aren't there?
crazy people that live there, and it can get real.
I lived there for a long time. It was my favorite neighborhood I lived in.
Sure.
Really?
It it's great, but like things happen there where you're just like
things do happen there that's crazy.
Why? Mm-hmm. So they're like,
oh, for sure,
they're like
shit
standing there
happens
talking. I mean, listen to this. So they're standing there talking, and they're like getting ready to sort of part ways, and they're saying goodbye, and the guy he was talking to goes like, "Ow." And he looks down, and there is a 5-inch blow dart sticking out of his calf.
Holy shit.
Like, somebody...
Jesus Christ.
Like, blow dart or, like, some kind of air rifle with a dart in it or something. Or they don't know if it was, like, somebody driving by or, like, maybe somebody hiding in the bushes. Just like blow darted his leg. I don't know if they were
probably aiming for him differently and just happened at his leg. Thank God.
Yeah.
Could you imagine getting hit somewhere else with that thing?
Dude,
oh my God.
Like, was this? Is this like somebody needed meat or what? Like, but the guy like looks down. He's like, they're both like, oh, and he goes like, what do I do? And my friend's like, I think you have to go to the hospital. You know, like. Can you imagine having to go to to the emergency room during like COVID times? It's just like
because of a blow dart.
Yeah, and like how, like why are you here, sir? I got blow darted.
You got to imagine this from the hunter's point of view too. There's like he takes aim, he fires, and he's like, "Oh fuck! I hit the calf. Run away! I'm just gonna make him mad."
Exactly. Yeah, and then you don't even get your meat. You know, that's just. But you got to practice somehow. You know what I mean? But that, I mean, just some weird stuff going on. People are devolving literally into, pre-industrial practices here.
Pre-animal husbandry.
That's right.
Must kill.
The next phase is to capture that guy and to put him in a pen and breed him. That's the next step in history.
Which, that's normal. Whatever.
Normal for you.
God. Wow. That's frightening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strange
I'll stay out
happening.
of Pioneer Square from now on. Sounds good.
Today's episode is brought to you by Lisa Mattress.
What makes the Lisa mattress so good, Chris?
3 layers of premium foam.
Oh,
Have you guys seen that? You're talking about the studio model.
You're talking about the studio, which is 3 layers of foam at an extreme value, but they also have many other mattresses at your price range, don't they, Chris?
Well, I don't know if it's my price range necessarily, but I think it's, the original is budget friendly. The studio is extremely budget friendly.
And with a risk-free 100-night trial and free no-contact delivery, there is literally no risk to trying out the Lisa.
None. No contact delivery. They just drop that thing off. You take a razor and just down the side of it, and it just explodes
and
it's
watch
ready
the
to go.
magic happen.
Wow. Huh.
Bobby, how can I get my hands on a Lisa mattress?
Well, let me tell you. You can go to alcoholu.com and click on the banner. You guys want to do some Rochambeau and get us going?
Sure.
We'll do.
Totally.
So on the count of 3, ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Chris, you're gonna have to turn off your blur.
Oh no! Hold on. It's a paper that says "fuck you." That's good. That's nice of you, Elyas. Let's see here. Mine's still balls, but mine's a scissor-shaped cock. So I still win. See, it's a scissor.
I knew you were doing scissors just because it took you so long to draw it. But I stayed the course.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful. Well, since I get to go first, gentlemen, what you have in front of you is a delicious, delicious red. I'm going to pour myself a glass here. I'm going to talk about it just for a minute. So, first thing I'm going to tell you about this is the name. I have no idea how to say it. You need to tell us, Elyas. I think it's Domaine de Idylle, Savoie, Arbin, Mondeuse.
Well, it's an L before the I, so it's L'Idylle. Yeah.
L'Idylle. Okay. So, 1840, this guy, Francois Thiollier, buys property that has some vines that are planted with fruit trees. He builds a house there, and no later than, I think, 20 years later, his one of his relatives, Albert Thiolier, wins a wine competition in 1920. So, like, this dude's jumping into the wine game 0 to hero in fucking 20 years out of a vineyard that's planted.
Are you
with fruit
telling
trees.
us where it is, which region, or is that a secret? Savoie? So that's
Savoie.
near Switzerland.
Yeah. Near the Alps. Yeah, it's like it's nestled into the foothills of the Swiss Alps.
Is it not common to have fruit trees?
Alpine territory, baby. I don't know. Not sure. I've never been there personally. Anyhow, this is made with 100% Mondeuse. So it's like a red grape, thick-skinned, and it's grows typically in like these craggy cliffs of the mountains that are up there.
The color is gorgeous.
I know, isn't it cool? It's kind of like, it's a similar, I think, look and feel to Beaujolais, but I would think that this is, I don't know if with the thick skin makes it different somehow. I'm not sure how that would even affect the winemaking process.
It depends on what the winemaker does. So with the thicker skins, give the winemaker access to potentially more color, more sort of phenolic compounds and astringency and sort of more heft. But if the winemaker decides to not sort of macerate the juice in the skins for a very long time, they can opt to not have such a rich wine. So like this one, it's not.
He uses carbonic
maceration is when like the whole clusters of grapes are put into a tank under carbon dioxide pressure, and basically the fermentation starts from within the grape out, and it doesn't crush the grapes as much, so it doesn't release as much of that color and stuff from the
tannic
skins as it possibly could. So if this with the thick skinned grapes, if this was made in sort of a more traditional way where the grapes are crushed and they're left on the skins for a few weeks, you would get a much bigger, higher alcohol, more opaque wine. But this one is made and you said Beaujolais. A lot of Beaujolais is made with carbonic maceration, so it's made in that same sort of technique.
I love these wines, these reds that you get like the dark fruit smells, like the blackberries, blueberries, like that's
this one.
Yeah, no, this has really got a nice
so cool.
nose.
It really does, and it's like even picking up like a little incense or something, like some spice, some clove, sandalwood, clove, and another, but definitely blueberry for sure.
It's got a little,
and it's not like it's got like there's definitely some fruit complexity, and it does have a little bit of an herby kind of,
but it's pretty vibrant
to
it's
it.
Not,
I like it.
It's not a heavy rich wine. It has some really good acidity, some like bright red, like a tart blackberry, like a in the summer here in Seattle we get a lot of the wild blackberry bushes, and if you pick them off of that, usually they're pretty tart. And not super sweet, and this is sort of reminding me of that.
So I mean, overall, good.
That is really, really
I like
good.
it. I didn't think I would like as Bobby likes to call it, the Mondeuse. He took a Mondeuse. So I mean, but I wasn't sure what to expect when I first picked this up.
I really like it,
but it's really good. I'm a fan.
Would drink this any day, all day.
8 out of 10 would drink it again.
Chris, this is not filtered. Doesn't look like, or
it's
or
pretty.
Maybe it's just not fine.
Like, I don't see any floaties in
cloudy. There's no
floaties in this.
It's really cloudy.
You think so?
Well, that's called pigment from the grapes, Bobby.
It's weird. It's weird that only the bottle that Chris gave you is cloudy.
Really? Is yours not?
Well, I put there's something special in yours that I put in there.
Seriously?
It's called semen.
Nice.
Not you, seriously. Bobby, seriously. Mine is not opaque at all. It's pretty, like, I can see through it. Really?
Mine's inky.
Yeah, mine's inky.
I'm getting a nice, like, rim of...
Let me see. Let me look at it.
Look at the light. Look at it through the light.
Oh, no.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah, okay. This is just because I'm in a basement.
Pretty clear.
Yep, I'm in a basement. How about you, Bobby?
Looking at it through my window, but let me throw some light on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's inky. Like, if you hold it up to some light or something, but it's got a nice vibrant color. I mean, I could definitely see through it. It's really, really well done. It's minerally, just...
Yeah, it's got mineral.
Yeah, fantastically made. Very, really well balanced. This is something I could just drink on its own.
Yeah. Can you show me the bottle?
Yes.
Hold the bottle up to the camera.
Yeah. Sure. So this is actually Dark Horse wine from Walgreens. So joke's on you, assholes. Let's see here.
Very hard to see.
Yeah, I sent you a picture of it as well, Bobby.
We'll put that up on the website.
There we go. I see the little Savoie flag on it, the little Swiss-looking flag.
Yeah, a little Savoie flag. You see the little mollusk?
Nice.
Yeah, so
little mollusk
they
on there.
probably have a lot of fossils on the property. Yeah.
That's what a mollusk is.
It's very good.
Man.
High altitude. I love the high altitude reds.
I like that kind of like minerality with like the mineral backbone with like a little like herby
these are words
fruit,
that Chris Price from a year ago would never have said. I'm very proud of you.
Well, I'm just sad to say that my because of the whole COVID thing that my sommelier classes were supposed to start. They aren't. They're canceled.
You're supposed.
Aren't you upset? Dude, I'm going to be the most pretentious fucking wine asshole in the entire world once I go through that. I'm going to be like,
you're a pretty much asshole in every other thing right now, so that's just one more thing. One more thing for you.
I mean, 10 out of 10, baby. Let's go.
Oh, God. All right.
Well, that was a fantastic wine.
Good job.
After this, I'm going to see if I can find a bottle of that.
I can't wait to taste what Elyas brought, which is basically what just looks to me like a jug of swill.
Well,
the 40 ounce?
Prepare to eat your words, Chris Price.
Elyas, so we got a 40
here's my wine.
Of Rosé
this is
over there.
It just
40
ounce
smells like
Rosé.
Farts. I know I always say that. No, it is 40 ounce.
40 ounce Rosé, which comes in this awesome, like, old English style bottle. It's actually a liter, so it's slightly less than 40 ounces, but it's called 40 ounce Rosé.
Okay, no joke. I used to do this often. It was like kind of it was a fun weekend. It was my like in my youth of my late 20s, early 30s. One of my favorite things was be like, I don't want to go and like hang out at a bar tonight. Let's get a few people. Let's go to like Gasworks Park, big park in Seattle. Yeah, and just drink 40s and hang out. And and so we just get 40s
now we can do that again.
Hang out in the park. Dude, if I did that with this, I would not be able to
now we
talk.
can do it again.
I'd be
Let's
blind.
do it again.
I'd be so drunk.
this actually, this wine is it's a little bit hard to find because it is actually a natural wine that is made in pretty low quantities, even though it comes in this very sort of like hipster mass market type packaging. Yeah, so this
Easy
is
drinking.
actually a mostly Gamay based rosé from the Loire, which is
Hey, Elyas, look at me. Look at me.
Look at me.
Look at me.
I know you like.
You know what I like, buddy.
That's right. I mean, this is up Chris Price's alley.
Hold on, we're in the Loire Valley.
35% Gamay, 33% Merlot, a little Cap Franc, a little Gruyot, Pinot d'Anis, and a little bit of Pinot Gris.
Dude, all you need is Gamay and Cap Franc to make the world go round. I'm serious. That's like it. Can we agree right now to retire in the Loire Valley?
Nobody's retiring anywhere right now, but let's absolutely agree.
No, I mean by retiring, I mean retire our bodies to the planet Earth inside of the ground.
You can become Gamay.
Okay, great. Oh, imagine how that one will
It'll
taste.
be terrible.
It'll be bitter and spiteful.
Definitely
Those
cloudy.
grapes like, there's a plague upon this land. There's no more Domaine.
No matter what we do, this wine always comes out milky and cloudy. It's really terrible. We must burn and salt the land.
Oh, God. We must salt the land and start again in 10 generations.
But this smells really fresh. Really nice.
Yeah, it smells like a fresh fart.
I'm not getting farty as much.
It's very farty. I did right out of the gates. No, I'm not. I'm not anymore.
I mean, it's...
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is dangerous. If this was like chilled down, super cold, and I just poured myself
mine is
glasses
pretty
of
cold,
this, I'd get
but
crunk.
it is just... It's a dry, like, easy drinking, chuggable, very friendly, just the right amount of acidity, perfect summer rosé. I mean, this is what you want to... kind of recently... Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about the rosé.
No.
I thought you were talking about your balls. Just kidding.
That is not good for summer, let me tell you.
No, it's not at all.
But just recently, we did a little social distancing picnic with friends where we each showed up with our own, food and wine that we didn't share. And we set up blankets 10, 15 feet apart. And, that's probably going to be the new normal for a while. But I would definitely take this to the park with some charcuterie or whatever, and you're all set. I mean, this is like the wine of summer if you can find it. Is just fantastic.
It's too.
I can't wait later on to hear about where you found it. I don't want to know.
I will tell you later.
It's too bad
Tell
that
me later.
bottle isn't plastic. It would be a perfect replacement for your.
Kind of too
for your
bad, but
poolside.
also plastic is terrible. So
Pool boy.
Pool boy.
the pool boy was
The pool boy was
that
amazing. Did Elyas scared the shit out of me? Okay, we drank this wine in Vegas, which we talked about before on the show. But we went to Elyas and I go to the store to go buy
we
more
drink
of it, 'cause
like a case in maybe a day, like between like four other people.
So we get there and Elyas is like, he goes, "Oh yeah, here it is," and he shows me the bottle, and then he just like opens his hand and just drops it straight on the ground, and I was like,
It bounced.
And it bounced like up to about knee height, and then it bounces back down, and then we just started like walking around and just bouncing bottles of wine all over the place. We're just throwing them in the cart in front of people. It was really funny.
That was definitely the wine of last summer for sure. This has the potential of being the wine of this summer. I mean, it has a little screw cap and everything, so. And you get a liter, you get a little bit more for your money. It's just, it's a fantastic rosé. It's uncomplicated, simple, but perfectly done. Yep. And it's actually organic and biodynamic, so it's made naturally, so you can feel good about it. But it's not funky. It's clear and just really nice. Yeah,
it's a little funky,
slightly funky, but just enough, to make it interesting.
Quickly though.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys want to try some gin?
Of course.
2 winners, by the way.
Two winners.
Two winners. Is yours going to be a winner, Bobby?
If you like gin, you'll probably like this one. This is
I fucking hate gin, so good luck.
This is a Scottish gin, actually.
Scottish gin?
Yep.
I don't even understand what you're
Scottish.
saying.
Yeah, it's Scottish.
Who has the best Scottish accent amongst us?
Nobody. It's a very...
Come on.
Scottish?
We must have a couple people from Scotland.
So
it's great. It's really, really great, Bobby.
This fucking crap. Why are we screaming when we do the accent? Do they all scream all the time?
This is the Eden Mill St. Andrews Oak Barrel Finished Gin.
It smells like rubbing alcohol.
Well, when you look at it, it's not pure.
Oh my god, I've been shot. Let me just pour this in there and
It's not totally clear. It's clear, but it's not white. There's a little bit of an age to it.
But it has a very intense nose.
Is this 42% by volume?
It is
tastes
42.
Like hot.
So it's funny that you mentioned.
Yeah, it's a strange thing when you have a palate that can detect.
It's funny that you mentioned medicinal. It was gin was actually started out as an herbal medicine in the Middle Ages.
Oh yeah. of course.
Yeah. It got a leg up in England when the government allowed unlicensed gin production.
Drink this, Timmy.
To combat French brandy and Irish whiskey. Yeah.
And to combat boredom.
And boredom. Eden Mill is Scotland's first single-site distillery and brewery. It's based on the site of a historic distillery on the River Eden. Eden Mill were the first to make spirits in the region for 150 years. So that's what's special about this distillery specifically.
Now I can finally make a bicyclette.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. The oak gin.
Now I have gin.
Oh, you can.
The
wait. Bicyclette is gin,
vermouth, or Saint
Germain. Saint Germain.
And
there's no such thing as
Mondeuse.
Saint Germain.
And Mondeuse.
And Mondeuse, and then you're gonna take a Mondeuse into a Saint Germain. You're gonna have your Saint Germain take a Mondeuse into your.
That's called a recumbent bicyclette. I'm sorry, Bobby. I'm sorry you interrupted.
Keep going, Bobby.
So this is the oak gin. It has a short aging period in bourbon oak cask, which is why it's got that light straw color.
Oh, that's the color. Okay.
And it's made with traditional gin botanicals, including juniper berries, coriander, and angelica.
Yep.
It tastes good, but I can't get past the. I mean, the nose is so severe. It does to me just smell like straight rubbing alcohol.
I pick up the gin
in the nose, or you mean when you taste it?
In the nose.
Yeah. So this is this is what you would call a New American style gin, even though it's made in Scotland. The New American style is typically the more floral, less juniper side. So when you taste this, you get oak spice,
lemon.
Vanilla. You're getting lemon on this?
Yeah. You know what else is New American, Bobby? You know what else is New American? Meth. Meth is New American. This is on par then. It's methy. This is very methy.
My teeth have fallen out completely after.
I'm not really getting that it's super hot. Are you guys feeling like it's really harsh?
It's definitely like singeing my eyebrows. You don't want any open.
Oh, don't do that in your mouth. Try that. Try aerating it. Just try it. It'll be fun.
You definitely don't want any open flames near this.
Yeah.
It is tasty.
I kind of want to try that.
You
sometime.
should go get a lighter and then aerate into your mouth with a lighter.
Oh man,
this would. I personally really like this as neat, but I also really like it in a Negroni. So it can hold up to a good cocktail.
When you say neat, do you put ice in it with neat? I don't actually know what neat means.
That's not neat. Neat means no ice. It means just pour alcohol into a glass, drink it.
But then cold, because you brought this cold, right?
Cold is fine. It has nothing to do with heat.
Just don't put the ice in it.
Yeah, the ice dilutes it a little bit.
Dilutes it.
Yeah.
Changes the flavor.
You can put a little bit of water in here or an ice cube if you prefer, but typically gins, a lot of people will just mix cocktails with gins, whether it's gin and tonic, something as simple as that, or if it's a more complex cocktail like a Negroni or whatever. But so there aren't too many gins that people will just say, I just like drinking it as a shot or neat or straight. But this one, I feel
it tastes really good. I mean, the taste is not. It's not other gins that you've brought or that I don't often drink gin, but other gins that I've tasted do have that very pronounced juniper sort of character, or the other aromatics are pretty. Like the whole point of it is for it to carry all those aromatics, but this one seems to not be so over the top that you can actually sip it.
A little blunt trauma, but at the same time, delicious. You know what I mean? Listen, I've been teaching. I teach my children how to make cocktails at an early age. My 4-year-old can make a mean gin tonic.
Nice.
You're living the life.
And so we're going to experiment with this one right here.
Start them early.
It's good. Like the trick is to teach them when it tastes bad or good, and then they get to like get a couple nips.
So do you only buy like half bottles so their little tiny hands can hold the bottles, or do you just they gotta learn?
No, man. If they drop the bottle, they get beat.
It comes out of
real
their
fast. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
you don't get food and you get beat. Then you
it comes out of their what is it, the 529 or whatever, the college fund.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, that's so bad. By the way, I'm just kidding. I don't beat my children, and I don't make them make me dinner.
I love the fact that you actually have to throw that disclaimer out there. All of this is made possible by PureVPN.
I love PureVPN.
What is a VPN?
It's a virtual private network. It's a way to keep secure and invisible while you're online. And privacy is important, is it not, Chris?
I mean, nobody needs to know what I'm doing when I'm online. Who knows what I'm doing? But I'll tell you what. Most of the time, it's private and personal to me.
That's right.
I don't want any intruding eyes. I don't want any of my ISP knowing some of the crazy stuff I look at online.
Exactly.
It's not that crazy.
Not
like
only ISPs, but advertisers can't follow you around and snoop on everything that you are interested in and then serve ads to you. Privacy is about being invisible online and not leaving any digital breadcrumbs behind. And you can do that with PureVPN.
You know that these guys support pretty much every device on the planet. Your Xbox, your PlayStation, every browser, iOS, Android, Mac, Windows, all of it. It's all supported.
Your George Foreman grill. Nobody needs to know what you're grilling on that baby.
No,
How do I get PureVPN?
You can go to alcoholu.com and click on the banner. Super, super easy.
Let's get set up.
So this week we've got the Chris Price speed round. Chris, you're on the spot this week.
Get ready to go down.
Elyas is going to read some questions, and you'll have 3 seconds to form your thoughts. And
I'm stretching it out. I'm
Bobby,
ready.
are you officiating? You're gonna keep track of the time.
I will. Yeah. Well, let's. Should we do the?
Before we start, real quick, I just want to mention a previous bet that we had, because I've been asked about it now twice by a couple of our fans, to send them a photo of Elyas's visage.
Yeah, I've been discussing it.
The years just ticking away. I mean, I'm cool.
It has to be the right photo. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna blow up a photo to. Like I've already contacted the billboard company. Their ad revenue is really down right now, so they got some good deals. If I'm going to blow something up to about 20 feet by 10 feet, it's got to be the right photo.
I'll put it on the side of my house so my neighbors can enjoy it too. It's fine.
I got to get that.
Okay, I just want to mention that because I don't want us to lose sight. I'm good for my bets.
You are. I got to find the right, either it's going to be some sort of like George Costanza on the couch type deal, or, it's got to be something else that will give me pleasure to see it up.
I think we got to just take a frame from the Sasquatch sighting.
That is absolutely a possibility. Yeah,
that's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Like I said at the beginning of the show, once you see it, you cannot unsee it.
That's so true. I keep. I don't know if I've told you this before, but I just keep looking at it over and over again. Can't help myself.
Okay, let's do this.
All right, Bob, so we got 13 seconds. I just did a random number.
Nice.
We got 13 seconds to answer this question. Elyas, why don't you read the question, and then when you're ready, I will get a timer going.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm taking it seriously. Let's go.
I did some real questions this time. Okay. Wine made from which grape can have the characteristic described as cat pee? Go.
This is the Chardonnay grape. So Chardonnays can, when they're especially produced, they have this like weird, funky cat pee smell. It's gross, man. I hate that. Ugh.
Right.
No, you're wrong. You're just making this shit up. You have no idea.
I am?
No, it's not. It's
No, that's what it
Sauvignon
is.
Blanc.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh God, it's Sauv Blanc.
Did you actually
Shit,
know
I
that?
fucked it up. Ah, damn it, Sauv Blanc.
Okay. Yeah, it's Sauvignon
did,
Blanc.
yeah.
A lot of Sauvignon
I just got the name
Blancs
wrong,
will
yeah.
have that sort of characteristic
Wow.
that people say, "Whoa, that's cat pee."
That is cat pee.
it's pretty gross.
That is disgusting. I like the Sauvignon Blancs that are not
think like a lot of the sort of natty ones that we drink just don't have that. They instead smell like human excrement.
You know what I want to do? I want to actually take. I'm actually gonna. I call it milking my
nice.
cats. I'm gonna milk my cats of their cat pee,
Put it in a
and I'm
bottle.
going to just put it in a bottle, and then I'm gonna bring it to you guys one day,
No.
and be like, "Here we have a super,
If
super
you can
awesome
produce 6
Sauvignon
million
Blanc."
bottles a year of it, then I think we're in business.
Cat farming is on, my friend. Time to do some cat
Let's see
husbandry.
what other virus we can develop.
Oh,
Do you have another question for him?
I have 2 other questions, my friend.
All right. Well, this time,
do you have any other questions for him? Can we stop this conversation right now?
so I've got 17 seconds on the clock
Okay.
this time.
All right, for question number 2. Ready?
I'm ready.
What are the crystals that collect on the bottom of corks, and why do they form? Go.
Crystals in the bottom of corks, and why do they form?
10 seconds.
TikTok.
We call those dingleberries,
5, 4, 3, 2.
and they form from unhygienic
Ooh.
cork maintenance.
Are you saying that you don't soak your corks properly?
Sometimes I like to tickle the bottom of the cork with my tongue.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about, though? You've seen the crystals on corks.
No.
You've never
No, I
seen
have no fucking idea what you're
crystals
talking about. I've never seen
forming
one
on
before,
corks.
ever.
Well, you that's
No,
not
nobody
true.
has.
You drink
Have you?
low-grade wine, then.
Show me that, show me crystals in the
Google
bottom
right
of a
now.
cork someday.
Crystal cork.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to go Google it. I want you to show
I
it to
have
me.
a jar of corks that when we keep our corks. I'll pick one out that has crystals on it right now if you want to see it. All right, be right back.
I want to see it. I don't think he's ever seen it. He's in there like that right now. He's in there sorting
This is
through
really good.
corks.
All right, I couldn't find any. I think my wife threw them away. Definitely,
know
my
you
wife
couldn't
threw them away.
find one.
Hey, don't touch my corks. I'll word with you later. Okay? But they definitely form. It's called tartaric acid, and they usually form when the wine is cooled after bottling, because then the crystals come out of suspension and they'll collect on the cork. But you'll definitely see it. It's pretty common with a lot of like higher quality made wines. One day you'll run across it when you have a good wine.
I don't believe you.
But
sorry,
hey, you know what?
I have plenty of good wines.
Talk to me
I'm
after
a
you
wine
take
connoisseur.
your little sommelier class, bitch, and then you'll be like, "Oh, of course, tartaric acid." Let me tell you all about that.
That's never going to
not.
happen, actually, because
That's true. That's
we'll
true.
be in quarantine for the
All
rest
right,
of our
are you ready
lives.
for your? You ready for your third
got one
question?
more?
I got one more.
So the third question, I've got 19 seconds on this one.
19.
So this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing. This is
okay,
the
you ready for
difficulty
this one?
level we're going for. You're going to be.
Last time you told me not to give you easy questions, right? You dug into me for giving me.
I'm a wine
You are
amateur.
Absolutely.
Even though I speak
glad
like
we
a
have
wine
that on
fucking connoisseur.
Anyway, okay, are you ready? Third question.
I'm ready.
Did we invent math or did we discover it, and why? Go.
15.
We
10.
invented math because math is simply a.
5, 4, 3.
Well, I have a few thoughts, Bobby. It's going to take longer than 20 seconds.
I
When you
broke
say
his
3, 2,
brain.
1. We invented it. It's like chicken before
time's
egg,
up.
but it's not because
More like
mathematics
mathematics.
are part art and science.
It's too bad that you
Yeah.
couldn't actually think of that during your time to think of it.
I mean, listen, dude. When you do enough math like me, all crystals
All crystals
look
are-
equal
all
on the
crystals
bottom
are
of
equal.
corks, or or dirty ones in like a used bottle of
This is
like
why you don't
the
have any crystals on your cork, because you smoke them all.
Hey man, just want to get this.
Why do you have dental floss right at your desk? That is weird.
I floss 5 to 6 times a day.
That's pretty weird.
Why don't you have dental
At
floss?
your desk?
Because
I, like a normal human being, I keep it in my bathroom along with my other toiletries. What other toiletries?
Your breath smells like horse meat.
Do you keep at your desk there, Chris? Do you have like a corn scraper?
I got a toothbrush. Yeah, a brush. I got tweezers. Got some tweezers here. Yeah. Got lots of stuff here.
Very strange.
Listen, I spent all my time at this desk.
Well, Chris, why don't you let's try your wine again, see how it's weathered the last hour.
Oh, dude, this is the top notch wine.
It smells so good. It just smells like, I don't know, violets or something.
It's amazing.
I really like this. This is a fantastic wine.
Yeah.
The Domaine de Ledil, Mondeuse, or Mondeuse, as Bobby likes to call it. This was a Garage East purchase. Yes, it was. Wine Spectator has this bad boy listed at $22.
That is a really good price for
per
this
bottle.
Quality of wine.
I bought these bottles at a price of $13.
That's a bargain.
Yep. So, there's and this was a one ship. They only do one shipment from this winery per year, and so this particular shipment happened in February of this year, and I bought enough of the 3 types that they send to last me throughout the year. So I'll probably bring in another varietal from this same vineyard.
This is really good. I mean, $22, not a problem for this wine. I think it's well worth that, if not even more.
Yep. I got a bottle for both you guys.
It hasn't changed much from when I first poured it, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, it is still just as good, really
Holds
tart.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah, I really enjoy this.
Yeah, I love it. I'm a huge fan.
Nice find.
Huge fan.
Mondeuse.
Mondeuse. My Saint Germain breed is going to take a Mondeuse in your glass, Elyas. My name's Bobby.
This Rosé kind of smells like bologna, doesn't it?
It kind of does, man.
A little bologna thing going on in the glass after sitting. But you know what? To be fair, this wine is not built for just leaving in your glass over 30 minutes. Like this
wine's built for kickstands.
Distribute it amongst whoever's drinking, and then chug it down with whatever cheese and bread you're having, and to be done with it.
Yeah.
It tastes fine though. It's still pretty fresh, bright, a little bit acidic. I don't know, really nice.
What's a phony of this stuff cost?
So I got this from Lorson, and I believe it might have been on sale for $19 for a liter.
$19.
I think if you live in more reasonable parts of the country, believe it or not, New York, I think you can get it for like $17 for a liter, and things just tend to be more expensive here for whatever reason. I think we have higher taxes and stuff. But $20 in the Seattle area for a liter of this, 16 to 17 in other parts of the country. But there are even like Total Wines in various parts of the countries that have it. So just depending on where you live, it might be easier for you to find it than other places. But go to Wine Searcher and see if you can pick it up. But it's a great wine of the summer.
Very good. So this gin.
That's a cool looking bottle.
Yeah, they've actually changed the bottle style. This is from my personal collection. The bottles now are a little bit fatter around and shorter, but they basically still have this opaque ceramic bottle.
Big black bottle.
With a stopper. You can find them in the store. And you can get them almost anywhere. They run for about $45 plus taxes, which in Washington State runs about $57 out the door. You cannot, I did just say you can get them just about anywhere except for here. You can't get them at all in Washington State.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
But, damn.
I think we got this on a road trip through Oregon.
Okay. So most sane states, you should be able to find it.
Interesting. And a side note, if if a fuel crisis happens here in Washington,
you can burn it.
You can just dump it in your tank and burn it as fuel.
Not that gas isn't like $1 a gallon these days, but it's gone down
has it gone down a lot?
But
it's significant.
You could definitely use this as a disinfectant.
It's not quite.
What we're saying, Bobby, is good choice.
It tastes good though. I look forward to trying a little cocktail with this later.
Oh yeah.
As do I. Yeah.
Actually, I might actually do that myself. Well, that's an hour you won't get back. You can learn more about the bottles we tried today at our website, alcoholu.com. Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at AYL the podcast, and continue the discussion with pics, notes, and questions. We may share them on our next episode. Please share, subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you get your podcast. We need all the help we can get. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Tune in, and you may hear Chris say,
I like human meats.
And Elyas says,
just French it.
Oh. And I'll be bringing a mezcal for us to try. Our engineering team features the fabulous John Baroker and Adrian Gutierrez of Hereby Sound. Our theme music was composed and performed by Flex Vector. We recorded today's episode in our separate, undisclosed locations. That's it.
Bye.
Goodbye. I'll Call You Later is brought to you by Pear Shape Productions, copyright 2020.